Hey everybody, what's going on? I am Gregg Sussman, joined today by Tom Vecchio of FanDuel, who's here to give us the top value plays on the board for week number 4. What's going on, Tom?
I'm doing good. Plenty of injuries over the past few weeks, and we have a lot of value options to consider this week.
We're actually going to start at the tight end position today, where I knew this was coming too, because I know how you target this Cleveland Browns secondary when it comes to tight ends, and that's who the Cowboys face this week. And with Blake Jarwin out for the year, that means all eyes turn to Dalton Schultz. He's $4,900 this week on FanDuel. That's under $5K for a starting tight end against, well, the worst team against a tight end. We liked Logan Thomas last week in the same spot. This week, you go with Dalton Schultz.
Exactly, and it's not only about the matchup against the Browns, who are allowing 15.6 FanDuel points per game to tight ends. It's about his role within the offense and this overall game environment. We have an over-under sitting at 56.5, which is the highest on the slate. The Cowboys come in with a 30.5 implied team total, which is the highest on the slate. Now, in week 1, because Blake Jarwin was starting for the Cowboys, Schultz didn't do too much, but over the past 2 weeks, he has 16 targets, which is tied for 4th on the team, and he leads the team in red zone targets. So we have a consistent role on the offense, which is loaded with wide receivers, and we know that Zeke plays a big role out of the backfield. But he has a great matchup. We have a great game environment, and he's under $5,000. I'm taking him this week.
I totally agree. The environment's going to be right. The game total is stupidly high. And Schultz is such a force in the red zone that Dak Prescott to Dalton Schultz seems like a connection that we could count on this weekend. For the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they're without Chris Godwin this weekend. The question is, who steps up in his place? We've seen it could be Scotty Miller. We've seen it could be Justin Watson. Your money's on Scotty Miller, who's priced at $5,000 for Tampa Bay this weekend. Why do you trust Miller over Watson in this matchup?
So they're actually both dealing with injuries, but Scotty Miller had the same injury last week, and he ended up playing against Denver. This is kind of a situation where I don't want to overthink things, where, I'm looking to get Hopkins and Kamara, who I spoke about the other day, into my lineups, and we need a consistent role who isn't too expensive for your lineups. We have the Buccaneers at home. They're 7-point favorites against the Chargers. All of these things are lining up. Now, we can look to him as having the most receiving yards on the Buccaneers, which is a bit surprising, but we know, as you said, Godwin was out for 1 game. He's likely going to be out for this game. So $5,000 for a player who is second in targets and leads the team in yards, I'm going to be taking when it's kind of a simple spot. Home favorites, as I said, high implied team total sitting at 25. Go with the easy answer here with Scotty Miller.
Miller playing through the same injury that he had last week could put him in a good spot here this weekend for Tom Brady, the receiver for the Bucs. Obviously, Mike Evans in the red zone, but with Chris Godwin out, Scotty Miller becomes a solid play at just $5,000. One more wide receiver to get to, Tom, and that brings us to N'Keal Harry of the Patriots. They don't really throw very often, but N'Keal Harry is the recipient when they do. $5,300 this week. He is on the field more than any other wide receiver on the Patriots, and Harry with Cam Newton seems like a solid connection.
Absolutely. And as you said, the recipient of a lot of those targets, 22 to be exact, which is second on the Patriots. They're at the Chiefs this week with a 52.5 over-under. And let's just be honest, they're probably going to be playing from behind. They're probably going to need to throw the ball. So we have a receiver who's going to be on the field, as you said. We have him getting 22 targets over the first 3 games. He's yet to find the end zone this season, but needing to play up pace a little bit, not able to run the ball as much. I'm going to be taking Harry at $5,300, a solid add in what could be a really good, shootout environment against the Chiefs.
The assumption is the Patriots are going to be playing from behind for most of this contest, and if they do, they can't rely on that run game as they did last week. So they're going to have to throw it, and when they do, we expect it to go to N'Keal Harry. That's going to do it for us here on the FanDuel Hurry Up. Tom, we got the lineup ready to make some money. Good luck this weekend.
Same to you.
Absolutely. One more day of DFS previewing. Coming up tomorrow is Jim Sonos will join me as we take a look at the top stacks that you're putting into your lineups here for week 4. And I assume we'll start with Russell Wilson and Tyler Lockett, as we always do. For Tom Vecchio, I'm Gregg Sussman. Thanks so much for watching. Enjoy Thursday Night Football tonight, and we'll see you back here tomorrow for another edition of the FanDuel Hurry Up.